Okay, as the numbers go up, I'm actually going to do less and less work. I'm sort of like almost behaving like a cheerleader here, trying to get you to do the work. You play the game. And the first part of the game I want to point out is looking for one of these equations that's easy to solve for x or y. The second one, it looks like a no-brainer. And I think solving for x looks easier than solving for y. So I'm going to say that I hope you can get this over here. How did you do that? Add 3y to both sides and then divide that by 2. And then what do? You would take this, which is x equals that thing, and plug it into the first equation. And if you did that, what would you get? 3, that's x squared now, right? Minus x times y, minus y squared, minus 3. Now, someone says, well, what do you have there? You actually have a quadratic equation in y. So my gut feeling, if you simplify it, you should be able to come up with this over here. Does that require work? Yes. This I know, and I've been teaching a long time, is the weak link for a lot of students. They look at that and they say, how did they get that? They got that by work. It's almost like looking at someone with a tremendous amount of money and you say, how did they get that? And the response is pretty snippy sometimes, work. All right, I work for it. By the way, that may not necessarily be true for people that gain wealth. Sometimes it doesn't involve work. It revolves around dumb luck. I want to tell you about this over here. There's no dumb luck in getting that. This requires you to put in the work. Now you might say, could I get somebody else to do the work for me? Of course you can. But then you're not going to benefit from the work. And that's so true. We benefit by our work. We really do. The next thing I'm going to say, you should be able to factor that polynomial. And it works out pretty nicely. The next thing I would do is the roots of that polynomial. One of the roots is when y equals minus 3. That's fairly trivial. How do you get the x? Plug it in here. This will give you the minus 2. I'm going to say you should be able to do that. Now the other one is more difficult. All right, why is that? The root of that polynomial is going to be minus 29/17 for y. What do you have to do now? Plug it in here. Let me show you what that work would look like. X is 5 plus over 2. Well, I got to do 3 times that 29/17. Right, let me get my eraser out because I'm going to say minus then instead, all right? What do you get? Well, what's 3 times 29? Well, that's going to be 60 and 27, 87. Over 17. Yep, it's work. I got to do it too. I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 17. What do you get on bottom? 34. What do you get on top? Let's take a look at it. 17 times is 50 and 35, 85. Minus 87. That's going to give me minus 2 over 34. Well, lo and behold, what do you get? Minus 1/17. I'm seeing that right over there. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the picture. I think you should look at the pictures. By the way, they can be very deceptive, but you can take these pictures and blow them up as big as you want them. Unfortunately, blowing it up is not going to tell me what that number is. All right? What I want to do is look at the numbers that I've received and see which one might be the easiest one to do. So I'm going to say over here, this one appears to be minus 2, minus 3. If you get your ruler out, give me a second. Looks about minus 2 to me. And over here, let me do this one over here. Sure does look about minus 3 to me. All right? This one here, I don't think the ruler is going to help me too much on it. So what I'm going to do is talk about the point over here. But again, you can blow it up. It's still not going to help you. All I know is it's a negative x value, and that negative x value, since I already figured it out, it's minus 1/17. The y value is also negative, and what did I get? Minus 29/17, which is minus 1, and then would you get 9 and 3, 12, and 12/17 down, all right? It certainly stands to reason, all right? So these are tough graphs to construct. And this is the number one reason Wells did not construct a graph for that system. Can I construct graphs for these things? really simply, all right? Now, when I say simply, it still requires a skill set that you can acquire, all right? Thank you for paying attention.